Hey, everybody. I'm Sivonnia DeBarros, also known as the protector of athletes. Thank you for joining me today on this amazing Tuesday. At least I think it's Tuesday, guys. But I must invite you to my trademark application training. It's going down this Friday. So let me just get that out of the way. It's going down this Friday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can go over to my firm's website at sldebarros.com/events and you will see it there. Again, that link is sldebarros.com/events. So listen. I my mind has been blown from last week, guys. I have been educated and nurtured and supported by multi-millionaires and billionaires. I mean, that is huge, absolutely huge. Sometimes we would say or complain that we don't have anyone to show us the way or to support us to our next level. But my question is, what do you do when the opportunity presents itself? Do you put yourself in the best position to capture the information that they are providing to you and then to act on that information? All right. Do you put yourself in the best position to capture that information? It is so important. So listen, today I'm going to share with you lessons from a multimillionaire. And when I tell you it is fire, baby, it is absolutely fire. So make sure you get your notes, your pens, your paper, whatever it is that you need so you can jot down your notes because we're going to dive into it. And for those, if this is your first time seeing me live, interacting with anything that I have put on, welcome. If you're here live, go ahead and say hello. Let me know where you are. Let me know what you do. And if you're watching this on the replay, that is right. That is A-okay. As long as you get the information, that's what matters to me. So definitely let me know where you are, where you're listening from, or where you caught this on the replay from, so I can go back in and support you guys. All right. So to reintroduce myself for those who don't really know me, I am Sivonnia DeBarros, also known as the protector of athletes. I'm an expert at protecting athletes and multi-millionaire entrepreneurs with contracts, trademark, and trial support in state and federal courts. They pay me to increase their business profits by boosting their legal protection. And it's something that I absolutely love. For a very long time, I've been the protector. And let me share a quick story with you guys before we dive deep into the information. One of my mastermind sisters, she said to me at this past event, she was like, I can tell you're kind of protecting your brother. And I just Googled a little bit. I'm like, really? Because my brother's in his 30s, right? But I invited my brother to come and hang out with me and to, soak up all of this goodness alongside with me. But I also wanted to make sure that he didn't feel like he was being, thrown into the lion's den by himself without anyone supporting him. And many times he would tell me like, I'm cool, I'm good. But that's just been my nature. And so sometimes our nature will spill into the thing that we do because that's what we were called to do. That's what we were called to do. So I don't want you to shy away from who you are. Who you are is who you were always meant to be. Don't let people fit you in a box. Don't let them tell you what you got to do and what you got to be and all this other stuff, because that's not how God created you. For a very long time, I would not speak my mind because I got in trouble with it, as a young girl. And there's just certain things that I shied away from because there were so many negative connotations attached on top of that. When in essence, the things that I would say and the things that I would do, it was exactly the power that God had already given me. It was exactly the power that I needed to use within this protection mode of not just showing up as big sis, but showing up as big sis for all of my clients, right? To make sure that I can protect them. So lessons from a millionaire, guys. So I had the fortune, and this is not just one millionaire, but I had the fortune to meet an amazing Black woman, an amazing Black woman, Dr. Tracy Lynn. And I really, really wish that I would have posted my picture of her and I before I started this live, so you guys could see it. But I had a question for her. So let me just dial back a little bit so I can give you an overview of who she is if you do not know. So she is the owner of Tracy Lynn Beauty, Tracy Lynn Jewelry, and she actually created and scaled her business to a multi-million dollar business, 40 million to be exact. And at one point, she was so close to 100 million. She joked and she laughed and she said, "You know what? I was so close to this. I literally could have kissed that $100 million." Wow. Who do we know that's around us that is Black and that is a multimillionaire? I'm not talking about like $1 or $2 million, but I'm talking about levels of millions. Levels of millions, right? So that was her. That is her. And when she spoke to us, she talked about how her brand would get attacked or how individuals would try to hold on to product that she had. And she spoke so eloquently about the issues that she faced in her business and the legal recourse that she took to eradicate those problems. Now, you know me, I like to ask questions because I need to be clear. But not only that, she is exactly my avatar, a successful entrepreneur who's got business right, but also still needs legal support. So I wanted to ask her a question and time ran out. But little did I know I would catch her in the hallway so we can have our own small masterclass Q&A right on to the side. And I asked her, and I'm just going to tell you guys because she gave me permission to share her story. She gave me permission to share her story. So that is what I'm going to do. All right. Now, before she gave me permission, we talked and I asked her, I said, "Dr. Tracy, do you mind if I ask you some questions about the legal aspects of your business?" And she said, yes, she obliged me. And I proceeded to ask her, "You speak extremely eloquently about the legal issues that showed up in your business. I'm curious if you've always known that you needed an attorney and if you knew legally what you needed to do." Her answer was a resounding no. She didn't always know that she needed counsel. And in fact, like so many people out there, and this is probably you, if I'm speaking to you, go ahead and let me know. Show me some love in the comments. But she said that she didn't think she needed an attorney when she launched her business. In fact, one of the attorneys that she hired for a very limited purpose and for a very limited time had been encouraging her, like, "Hey, Tracy, you need to get some policies and procedures in place." And I asked her, I said, "Well, did you do it?" She didn't. But once a young lady tried to basically steal her business and compete with her, I mean, like directly compete with her in her business, she knew she needed that additional support. So, how many of you are out there operating your business without legal parameters? It's probably a lot of you guys. It's probably a lot of you guys. Listen, don't feel bad. Multi-millionaire individuals are doing their legal all on their own. But here's the kicker. Dr. Tracy Lynn shared with us that she needed additional patents for her brands. At one point, she had like these cute bags and everything. And some of these bigger companies here in the States would purchase basically a copy of her bags from distributors or retailers in China. They were duplicating her work. Now, because she hired an attorney, because she had her trademarks for her brand, because she got her patents for her brand, she was able to enforce that and go ahead and register her brand in China. But she didn't stop there. She had to also get an attorney in China. So, where all my retailer product business owners at out there, if this is speaking to you, if you want to do business in the marketplace, if you already have a product, China is one of the biggest copycats out there. They will take your stuff, they will copy it left and right, and they will sell it on a mass scale for the low. All right. But because she had an attorney at this point, because she understood the value of her brand and the strength of her brand, and now she's in that flow of, okay, I need this attorney for this, I need this attorney for that, so on and so forth, she was able to boost her legal protection. So not only did she file her marks abroad, but she also hired an attorney who had connections with the government there so they can seize those products immediately so they couldn't come into the United States. Right now, if you are a product based company, it's likely that someone somewhere is copying your brand. But you'll have to take the next steps to make sure that you protect it the way it is supposed to be protected. A lot of people will make excuses and say, oh, well, I can't get this. Well, why would they do that to me? Why would they do? Listen, I just heard a young man give like this entire speech this past week about your birthright and wealth consciousness. If you're not going to protect your birthright, why should anybody else do it? Why should anybody else do it if you're not going to do it for yourself? Right? So it's time that we stop with the excuses of, well, I didn't know this, or I didn't know that, or, I don't have the money, I don't have this, and I don't have that. You have the ability to find the resources and to invest what you need to make sure that your birthright is ultimately protected, period. If you are out there dreaming of becoming a millionaire, you don't become a millionaire by sitting and trying to do and check off all the boxes by yourself. I did an episode before on my podcast, What Are You Sporting About? Shout out to Waste of Podcast. If you guys have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. What Are You Sporting About? But I talked about great leaders and individuals who try to be great alone. Like even the greatest people need support, right? So even the richest people need support. And especially if you are the first in your family to do something different and to change things and to really create wealth that is not just money, but real wealth that you can diversify into multiple avenues and buckets, you're going to need help because your eyes just can't be everywhere all the time. And let's be real. If you don't have the expertise in a particular area, you will do yourself a major disservice. Dr. Tracy Lynn, she also talked about how a distribution company which was threatening to lock up her product. All right. They were threatening to lock up her product, and she was able to create a method to make sure she went and got all her stuff and make sure she protected her brands and to make sure she didn't lose any money. A lot of you out there with successful brands, even if people don't know about them yet, they're successful brands. You have to speak that into existence. Successful brands, multi-million-dollar brands, it will never see the day of its potential if you keep playing small and if you keep acting like you can do everything by yourself. I'm just being real. Because guess what? I'm talking to myself too. I've had to invest at different levels, y'all. Different levels. My husband has seen me from investing a few $100s, then up to $2,000 and $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $25,000. Okay, I mean, this couple of this organization that I'm in the mastermind with, I can't wait till I hit $1 million because I'm like, whatever the fee is to get to that next level, that's where I'm trying to be. We have got to stop. We've got to stop thinking that what we want is just going to magically appear. Prayer without work is dead. We've all heard that phrase. We've all heard that verse some way or another, but it is absolutely true. You cannot expect God to bless you with something if you are not going to put in the work. And that also means you cannot expect for someone to treat your brand better than you would. If you are the individual out there that's leaving your brand open to attack, then shame on you, because it is going to be hard. Once the attack gets going, it's hard to will it in if you have not already planted the seeds to keep things protected, to shield that brand. So I want to invite you again. For my trademark application training. This is not a masterclass. This is a straight up, I'm filing an application and you get a bird's eye view into it. and you can ask me questions about the application that might be confusing to you and that might get you hung up. If you are saying you don't have money to hire an attorney, this is your opportunity right now to join something to give you the information you need at a fraction of the cost. So I just want to check mindsets because we won't be diving into all the stuff I give my people in my masterclass. All right. So I want to make that very, very clear. This is just an application. I'm filing it. You're watching me. You're asking questions about it. So you can go and file your own trademark. If you want to join the masterclass, I have another one that's coming up. And I'll be doing lives and also putting some things out there on social, so you'll be able to sign up for that when our page is live. But if you're interested in that and money has been a thing that's been holding you back, this is an opportunity right now. All you got to do is go to sldebarros.com/events. And guess what? The fee is extremely low, $197. Okay. So if you know that you need a trademark and cost has been the barrier for you moving forward with legal counsel, come Friday, this Friday, February 3rd, I believe that's the date of Friday. Friday, February 3rd, watch me file a federal application. This will not be for a client. This will be one of my brands. So watch me file a federal application, and then we'll have Q&A. So you can ask me about this. You'll also get the replay for it. And I will also have a PDF copy of the application. So as we go through it, you'll be able to like jot down notes on certain, inside the margins of the form or on top of it, whatever makes sense for you. So you'll understand how to navigate the form itself once you get to that application portal yourself. All right. So if you have any questions about that, definitely go ahead and drop it in the comments. Let me know. I'm going to also put the link down there as well, so you guys can easily navigate to it. But the fee is $197. Trademark application training, sldebarros.com/events, happening Friday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I would love, love, love to have you there. And as I said, you will get the replay and you're going to get a copy of the application itself. All right. This will not be a masterclass. This will just be an application training. That is it. All right. But it is time that we start putting protection methods in place to protect the thing that we said that we want to do and to protect what we call our birthright. You cannot expect other people to protect something that you're not willing to protect yourself. It just don't work like that. Multi-millionaires. Dr. Tracy is not the only one, but I don't want to give y'all too much in one day. Dr. Tracy is not the only one who has talked about how people have tried to directly compete with her business, how people tried to walk out with her people. Oh, and not only this, she grew her business. At any given time, she would have over 30,000 volunteer soldiers just working for her. At the height, 75,000. Her business was grossing $40 million. And at one point, she was almost at $100 million. So we're talking about a extremely multi-million dollar entrepreneur who has pivoted multiple times in her business, but she also had legal issues. If you think you can run your business and ignore legal support, you have another thing coming. Because what I don't want you to do is to put yourself in a position where you make yourself a target to attack. And I'm not saying that people won't attack you. They will use your stuff. They will try to copy your stuff. Like, people are just brazen like that. But when you take the steps to protect yourself, when you take the steps to protect your brand, guess what you're also doing? You're protecting your profits, and you're protecting your birthright. You're protecting your legacy, and you get to show up to the fight already with a full arsenal. If you show up to a fight and you ain't got nothing to fight with, chances are you're going to lose. Period. This woman is still in business. This woman is still pivoting because she protected her brand. Unfortunately, she didn't move fast enough. But still, she knew that having counsel is essential. And now she has multiple lawyers. I asked her before, I said, When did you realize that you needed more than one lawyer? When she joined an association with a lot of the more rich white people, the big dogs that was doing their thing, the good old white boys network. Let's not act like it doesn't exist, because it does. It absolutely does. But when she sat there and she saw them, she said, any given time, these people had 15 attorneys on board. And here you are, you won't even hire one lawyer. You won't even hire one lawyer. And it's not that you need to have 15 lawyers starting out, but start somewhere. Start somewhere. Budget for your lawyer. Invest in your lawyer. When you invest in a lawyer, you invest in your brand. And a lot of people will see hiring a lawyer as, oh, that's a major expense. I can't afford to do that. But guess what happens when you don't do that? There are more costs on the back end, because now the fee has gone up exponentially, because now the lawyer that you should have hired before to get in front of these issues now have to go and fix the issues, and now have to get you in the best position to win. It's additional time and cost and fight because you didn't hire early enough. All right. So let's learn from these multimillionaires. They've already been through the fire. You can start somewhere. You can start small. All you need to do is, for one, don't be afraid to invest in the legal support, because it will increase your profits. I always try to educate my clients on the fact that when you hire an attorney, and not just for trademark, but when you hire an attorney, it helps you to be able to keep your eye on the ball too. So you can see, where am I leaving money on the table? When you have a trademark, it puts you in the best position as that entrepreneur, as the owner of the brand, to say, look, I am the only one who owns this in this marketplace. So you need to pay me a premium, because I have a premium brand. When you have a trademark, it puts you in a position to license your marks to other individuals, so you can continuously make money. Think about Donald Trump, and I hate to use him as an example, because God knows I cannot stand him. But Donald Trump does not, all those hotels and buildings that say Trump, he doesn't own those hotels. They license his name. They license his name. And so he's constantly making money off of his name. What if you could do that? You can do that. The problem is, you just won't even take the first step to protect your brand. That's the problem. All right. When you file your trademark application, it increases your credibility as a business owner. It increases your reputation as an entrepreneur and as an owner of a brand. And it puts you in the best position to fight for your brand, to enforce your brand rights. Okay. So let's move the barriers that we've been putting in front of ourselves, and let's get to work so we can make sure that we're putting ourselves in the best position to win. But not only that, so that we protect our birthright. So we protect our birthright. All right. So this Friday, I hope I see y'all there. Go ahead, get your ticket right now. The fee is $197. $197 is not a secret. Not a secret. Okay. I got to do this anyway. But if I'm going to ask questions, I'm going to get paid to ask questions. All right. So go to sldebarros.com/events. And you can watch me file this trademark application. We'll do Q&A, and you'll get the replay for it. So you'll be able to navigate through your application. And of course, if you need additional services, I am here to support and serve you. I would love to be all y'all lawyers. All right. But at the end of the day, things don't work out like that. But I do want to make sure that you're in the best position to win. And if it's starting off with your very own trademark application, then you got to do what you got to do, period, point blank. I'm Sivonnia DeBarros, protector of athletes. And until next time, guys, I will see you later. Ciao.